Hi guys, welcome back. Crafting Paradise with me, Sid, and I've been doing a lot off camera because obviously I'm waiting for the sapling quest to complete. Now let's just go and deal with this particular question first, and how far we are. We have got about I believe in there's roughly 1,000, there's 3,600 in there. I brought all the spare ones from over there. And so we are about 300 and odd short, I believe. So that's going to be keeping running in the background, but it's been a long process. Now, between times, I've done a bit of building, which I'll show you in a moment, but I've also done a little bit of biome exploration. I was mainly going off grabbing myself more of these shards, but while I was out there I found a skeleton spawner dungeon, and in there my iridium ore, the secret ingredient, the vital missing piece. So we'll be working a little bit on that today. I've also built a blood altar room and put the blood altar into place. I haven't done anything with it yet. It is just a structural build. Used every bit of limestone I had to sift a bit of sand to get a little bit more just for these tiles here. This is just chisel cobble, that's where the runes are going to go. And at the moment we have our blood altar up here. And beneath, for when we get to the point, if we get to the point of being able to do a well of suffering, I've built a chamber underneath as well. And this has taken a fair old amount of time, which is obviously why that tree farm has managed to accomplish so much. Haven't done anything off of this tunnel yet. That's all new, all as it was. And the final thing is the water quest has finished. I'm just letting that go at the moment because I have no desperate need for all that water. So first off, what we'll do is we'll throw our quest book on the floor. No, first off, what we will do, because you can see the planet's rising, so if we go in here and open that up, we can claim this quest, which will give us an oceans module and the reward bag. And that leaves this one here, which, as I say, once we've got the saplings, the bone meal is a doddle. So what have we got? We've got the oceans module and we've got a legendary reward bag, which is the infinity arch. Oh, I have two now. Wonderful. Oh well, can't really whinge. I mean, you know, I could lose one. Let's pop you in there. So we should. Let's just go and have a look at our planet in all its stony glory before we engage the oceans. So yeah, that's what we look like now. Let's go and bring the oceans into play. Ocean module. Ocean module. Your planetary base has been constructed. Look up at night. Yay, we've got one more module to go. And oh, nice. No atmosphere yet, but that's starting to look very much like a finished planet. It's amazing to think I'm making all of that block by block. So anyway, we've got a little bit of crafting to do. I have made a bit more filled tin cans. Jankus suggested that, reminded me in fact, because I'd forgotten this fact from the good old days of TechIt, is that you can rotten flesh. Unfortunately this one doesn't can. Wow, look at that. Doesn't can spider's eyes, so I'm not entirely sure what we need to do there, but what we need to do is to start looking at, apart from the planet building quests, there's some of these odds and ends. Now the one I want to do today is I want to get the first blood quest done, and I want to make a start towards this. Now to do that I need iridium, lots of it, which is why I was looking for that iridium, because the way this works is You've got the old mass fab, wherever you are, mass fab, there we go. Uses 512 EU per tick. It's quite expensive to make. We need to do some of this advanced alloy and yada yada. And that creates UU liquid rather than UU matter. The old, if you remember, you used to get those green blobs and you could just draw an eye to make iridium and various shapes to create various things. No, it doesn't work like that anymore. What you have to do is you have to scan a basic what you want to make and create a pattern, and the pattern is then stored into this pattern storage with these crystal memory. And the problem here is I have no idea how you actually make the crystal bloody memory, because there is no recipe for it. And there's a couple of mining lasers and some other bits and pieces, and that will go into the pattern storage. You can store them on crystal memory and move them over into a replicator, which uses a whole load of other expensive items, and that will take the UU matter from the mass fab and replicate it up into a piece of iridium at the cost of power and UU matter. Now the other thing we're probably going to want to do is, I think I've got the recycler here. If I go and grab any random crap floating around, pile of dirt. It's not a biggie. You whack that in the old recycler, and if you remember this from the old Tekkit days, it basically destroys them, and there is a chance that it will give you scrap, and the scrap goes in as an accelerant into the mass fab. So what I was thinking is that we would be able to take some stone from this cobble gen, because obviously it's not been used fully, and we can feed that into a recycler to make scrap, and then the scrap can be fed into the mass fab and yada yada. So we've got a lot of construction to do, but before we do that, let us go and have a look at getting the old blood orb done. And we want the weak blood orb, which is a diamond in a tier 1 altar with 2000 life points. We also need there we go, the sacrificial knife, which is gold, iron and glass. So we're going to need one of those and a diamond. So let me get some stuff together. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and don't suppose I've got any. Yes, I have. Iron, gold, and oh, one too many. Okay, that's fine. Now the other thing we need, of course, is a diamond, which we may have one. We've got one up here. We've got loads downstairs in the system, so it's not a biggie. Right, let me go and stab myself in the finger a few times. So if you watch Magic Farm or even Mage, you'll have probably, well, definitely Magic Farm, because I went through this in a lot more detail, but you will be familiar with the idea that you basically go and stab yourself in the finger, and it will basically fill that up. Now the other thing we probably want to look at getting very early on, which we can't do right now, is the, where are you? If you were on my screen, where would you be? Right, where has it gone? Sigil. Oh, let me just put sigil in. It'll probably be quicker. Sigil. I need one of these divination sigils. So as soon as we've got the weak blood orb, the very first thing we're going to need to do is create a blank slate and get one of these, because then we can actually start to see how much blood there is in there. So I'm just going to have to wait and get some life back, because I haven't got any potions or anything going at the moment, and I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, I've hopefully got enough in there now, so let's whack the old diamond in, and if you've not used blood magic before, you just right click in there and it will cook away. When it's working, it's got the old little blood particles. Using up the blood in there, if there's not enough, you will lose progress. So you may, normally I'm fairly, so I've done this about 3 times, so I'm pretty certain there's more than enough blood in there to make this orb, but if I wasn't certain, I would have made sure I'd healed fully before I started, so I could always then top it up with the old sacrificial knife there, sacrificial knife. It's sacrificial dagger is the other one we have. So we'll just let that cook for a while, and we should get a blood orb out of it, and that will probably do us for this bit. Now I could use a piece of cooked stone, because I need to make that sigil, and some glass. Go through glass like there's nobody's business. Let me just run over here. Blocks. We got any cooked stone? We have. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm shy of glass. Let me just go and cook some more. Where's me redstone furnace? You're over here. Induction smoke. No, it's over here. Still getting used to where everything is. I only need 1 more piece for this, so bonk. And let's just eat some tinned rotten flesh. Yummy. Okay, let me just go and get the sigil of divination sigil, I should say, going, and while we're passing, we'll just 3,800. We're probably very close now. So what we'll do is we'll just top this off a little bit, and that should be more. It only needs 1,000 for the slate, so we'll run that through and then we'll get that crafted, and we should be good. I haven't have a crafting table down here actually, that's an oversight on my part. There we go, 1 slate. So let's rush off to a crafting table. It's a bit disorientating when you keep coming from these high-speed tracks to low-speed tracks, but yeah, well. Okay, so it's like that, and like that. And that gives us our divination sigil. We will bind it to ourselves by right-clicking. And we have nothing in there, but if we were to right-click on the altar, it would tell us the life points in there. Okay. Let's submit this side quest here. Manual detect. I am going to go for the 12 blood runes because they're a pain to make. I mean, you can make this is more expensive of the two, but I'm not desperately worried about speed runes. So we'll go for those. And the next one wants an apprentice blood orb, which we could do, but will not do today. Sigil of holding or runes of self-sacrifice. So that should give us, we've got the reward bag, we've got those, and we've got the tropics. Oh, somewhere to go for a holiday is lovely. So armed with those, we can go ahead and upgrade the altar a little bit. So at the moment it's a tier 1, we can get it up to a tier 2 quite easily by chopping those out and popping these in. And if we get our divination sigil now, we should see that that is a tier 2 altar with 3,580 life points in it. Now you can transfer those life points into your own blood network by just popping the old orb in, and that will move them. Of course, you need to bind the orb to yourself, right click it, otherwise it won't do nout. And you can see there that I'm getting life points in my own personal blood network now. Not overly important right now, but there you go. So for the next tier, the tier 3, those will have to become standard glowstone, unfortunately. 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to need to make a whole load more of these blood runes, which are just these slate, stone and that. It's actually fairly cheap, but it's painful because you obviously have to sit there filling your blood altar and sticking stone in. So not something I am proposing on doing on camera. And we will need to get to the tier 3 another 5, 10, another 12, and then the tier 4 we need to get all of these, but we also need to get bloodstones, and the tier 5 we're actually into wither beating territory, but we are a long way off of that right now. So that is enough on the blood magic today. Let me go over and start pulling together some bits for the in fact, let's go and just check, see whether we think we're close here. What have we got? 3858. Now there's, I'm going to wait till that is just over 4,000, I think, and then I know I've got enough, because I'd like to leave a stack in the machine as well, just to continue working for the time being. So I'm going to start having a look at getting together what we need for the pattern storage, and I will be right back with you. Okay, I think I have more or less everything we need to go. So, well, at least to get to the point where we can actually start to make the scanner. The first thing we're going to need is a thermal centrifuge, and to make that we're going to need an advanced machine frame, a mining laser, 2 coils, some iron and an electric motor, which I believe over here I have started. Had I not started? Oh, right, I'm getting confused now. Right, so the first thing we need is a power crystal. So we are going to need to do that to make 9 of those. I'm going to grab... Oh, got me to that. I started it by putting the tin in my inventory. So we need a compressor, and you can go in there. I'm going to borrow, if I can find it, the overclockers from over there. I really need to make some more of those. And in here we need to go and do rolling on those 2. Just check. Yep, that's right. Now over, while waiting for that, we need to make some advanced alloy, and that is 9 iron plates, 9 bronze plates, so that will make us a bunch of those. They can go in the compressor once the energy crystal is done, which it is. They need to go through again to become nothing for that. No, get myself in the right one for this motor. Okay. There we go. 4 made too many, but doesn't matter. That's still going. So the motor we can go and put together now. Let's just, while they're trundling. And the reason for all of this will become clear, I promise. Motor... Oh, right, first things first. 1, 2, and 1, 2. And they go in there. 2 of those go in there, just stick those out of the way. And 1 iron ingot. So that's the motor sorted. Advanced machine frame is basically machine frame with these and some carbon plates. So this thing, I mean, just for one machine, I always remember what I hated about IC2 now, and that was that it always seemed to be ready to make you jump through hoops like a trained dog just to do anything. So we've got a basic machine frame, we've got 2 advanced alloys, and we already have 2 of those things. Gives us our advanced machine frame. We need 2 more coils, which I just happen to have enough for. And then we need the mining laser, and that needs the advanced circuit, which needs that. So let's go. Did I bring any? I did, so I just need some insulated copper wire to start off with. So that will give us our basic machine circuit, and then to make it advanced we need redstone, glowstone and lapis. Lapis, 2 of please, thank you. Glowstone, a couple of, and we should be good to go. Plonk, 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 advanced circuit, and that will give us our mining laser. Laser time, I've already got one, idiot. And then take that lot together, stick a couple more iron in for the casing, and that gives us our thermal centrifuge. Now this has got a maximum input of 128 ticks per EU. So if I go and grab, well, I've still got the copper stuff, let me just go and grab some micro block covers. Have I not got any of those? I don't know where my chisel's gone actually either. Worry about that later. So if you recall, that side over there is for all the low voltage machines. Over here is the side for the medium voltage machines. Let me just stick one of you in, and I'll tidy that up later. It's not a biggie. And now it's only getting 48 EU per tick. That should be higher, but oh well, I'm not going to complain. So we've got our thermal centrifuge, and now why do we need a thermal centrifuge, I hear you asking? Well, to make the scanner, what was it? Was it the, no, it was a pattern storage, wasn't it? We needed for that. To make the pattern storage, we needed these memory crystals, and we couldn't work out how those worked. Now, if I look at clay, here's powdered clay, and we use that to make silicon dioxide in the thermal centrifuge, and we use that with obsidian dust to make a memory crystal, and then we furnish that to make a memory crystal. So, next question, have I got any clay? Not there. Not there. Where would, if I were clay, where would I be? Tools, raw materials, I may not have any. It is very possible I wouldn't be in there. Oh, here we go. Clay, so now we need, let's have a look. Well, 4 of those makes one of those, and I need 5, so I need, hang on, and one of those makes 2 of those. So 2 to 4. So I need 2 for 4, which makes 1. I need 5, so I need 10 at least. Again, IC2, wonderfully expensive. We'll do 16. We'll go and macerate those. Where's my macerator? Over the far side. Yeah. Macerator. Macerate me some... Oh, we've got to pull macerate. Oh, macerator's not even down here. Great. I don't think that's a recycler extractor. I probably need to bring the macerator down and get rid of the canning machine, if I'm going to be brutally honest with myself. Okay, but for the time being, we'll have a little run down here. and we'll macerate it over in the old factory area where the old macerator is. Hup. Okay, Mr. Macerator, do your thing. Right, well, I'm going to let that macerate for a while. I'm going to go and check on the tree farm, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, 5,000 saplings in there, 50 odd in there. I've brought the quest delivery system over, so we should select task, plop that on, and we should be good to interesting. I thought that would connect from the front, connect from the back. That's a fluid duct, you idiot. Okay, let's go and get the right kind of ducting. Yeah, so we get that. We can get the bone meal done. That, as I say, is no biggie. Yeah, why did I pick fluid duct up? Apart from the fact I'm stupid. Item duct. Okay, and then we should have the first planet built now. I say the first planet because if you look at the quest book, redefining Paradise 2 and remixing Paradise. So there's 3 more quest trees to go after this. This is not the end, and that's only 42% complete. So there's something we'll unlock after we've got this planet completed. Whoop. So let's see what we can see. You should be set to 64. And you need to be set to out and always on. So that's ticking up, that's doing its thing. We'll leave that to it while we're getting on with the rest of the itchy my ear roll. With the rest of the thermal centrifuge stuff, and hopefully that has finished now. It has. So I brought my IC2 wrench and gimme. I'll leave the canning machine here. That can live down here quite happily. Oh, I was sat there thinking something jumped out and I was looking around for it, but it was the cans. So that's that. We now need to go to the thermal centrifuge and whack all that powder, that clay dust through. It's probably not enough, I will be honest, but we can always do more off camera, that's not a problem. So, thermal centrifuge, have its, what was it, 4 for, okay, the heat is building, doing its thing. And eventually, right, it's at temperature, and yeah, it's doing. So that's going to take a while. Let me put the macerator in back down here, because I think that's going to be more useful than the canning machine. And we can put my wrench away as well. Plunk. Wrench. There you go. Nearly worn out actually, that bugger and all. We'll grab that and we can finish off that bit of so if I take 8 of those, 8, oh, way too many, I can recombine them. You know what, it's probably going to be easier and quicker. He says, failing to find what he's looking for, just to get a couple of those going. We will chisel. What did I do over here? Oh, that's got a block in the way. These don't go through anyway, do they? So yeah, we'll just chisel that one up like that and give it a quick hacksawing. Okay. So cover. Give me covers. Thank you. Right. Where are we? How are you going, my third? We've got our first 4 done. And over here, that the only place that we've actually got to put this is just underneath. And it's only really visible. In fact, we can't put it underneath. Okay, forget it. That's all wasted time. Okay, so we got that. Now the other thing we need is obsidian dust. So we're going to need to grab that. How's our tree sapling transfer going? Open. Done. So now we just need to get the bone meal in. Alright. So I'm going to have a little diversion from this just to finish this one off. So I need 1,000, don't I? Let me just fill up on this and we'll see how much we go. I'll just do it the old school. Well, this is okay. How do I? Oh man, that noise. Unlock you, and then we will stick bone meal in. And that's still going up. Okay, excellent. So we can just do that. It's as easy as anything. $93, 700, 800, 960. One more stack of bone meal. We'll do it. In you go. And then we'll borrow a sapling. We will, let me get this right here. We'll disconnect you. And pop you in and lock it and pick that up. And that should, I better get rid of these bones before I do anything. That should be the first planet built. And we can find out what we're going to have to do next. So, quest book, bonk, we've got it. We get a full heart, a reward bag, and a healthy atmosphere module. Oh dear. This just got more entertaining, didn't it? Uncoordinated global chilling, crumbs, tidying up, planetary sauna, and environmentally unfriendly. 16 potions. When you start a forest fire to keep your hands warm. Potions of poison. Remove the life. So now we're going into reverse mode. Remove the life. 64 fire charges, that's probably fairly easy. 4 vacuum hoppers, yeah, that should be fine. Crumbs, 8 pulverizers, and a resident energy cell. 640 eyes, easy peasy. And a trash can. Yeah, okay. So we've now we've built the thing. We need to destroy it. That's sensible. And we got a lava crystal. Okay, let's go. What time is it? Is it getting nighty time yet? Any sign of my planet? He's not happy. And then we got the core. So yeah, that's that. What was I doing before we did that? I've completely forgotten, you know. Oh, we were obsidian. That was it. Right, so I'm going to grab this obsidian and pulverize it. I think we should, because I automated that process down here. So I should be able to pull a stack of obsidian, no problem. And I will be right back with you. Okay, I realise that I'm running over, so the obsidian is pulverising, but we're not going to get any further with that today. But what I did want to do is introduce this last planetary module. Just to see what actually happens. Your atmosphere has been constructed. Look up at night. Okay, but can we actually go there? It appears not. Oh, look. We've got a little atmosphere. Oh. But it does appear that you can't actually go there. Let me just have a look at craft. No, at craft. Was it C? P? World machine is there. World ID sync from Crafting Paradise. So we built the damn thing, but we don't appear to actually be able to go there. There is no apparent recipe. Oh, that's recipe for that is there. But nothing. Oh, it looks pretty though, doesn't it? Oh, I wish we could go there. I'll have to check, see whether we can. Anyway, guys, I think the actual processing to building the mass fab is going to be quite a long job. I'm going to, for the time being, work on getting. I'm going to, because I've only got 8. That's enough for 1 memory crystal. I need, I think, 15 is ideal. Would be ideal. Oops, you're kicking out obsidian like it's going out of fashion, so that's fine. So I'll continue getting the raw materials together off camera, and I will see you next time. But until then, thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye for now.